Hello y'all on YouTube, this is Rob with Rob's Nerdy Knives. Today I have a very special unboxing, something coming in for the Apex group. I'm not sure exactly what this is, so let's go ahead and take a look. It's coming from Orion EDC. Don't remember what they're sending because we've had a lot of things coming through here. So let me go ahead and take a look. This I'm opening up today is with my Enrique Pena Bravo. This is the frag pattern one. I love this thing. So much fun. Awesome knife. If you haven't got one of these, definitely go out of your way to try to get one. I was so glad to get one before they sold out. Sorry if you didn't miss out on it, but hopefully they'll have some in the future, right? All right, so what do we got in here? We've got an Orion Knives Cetus. Oh, okay. Let's take a look at it. Is there any information in there? Nope. This is some packaging. All right. Okay. So it's Orion EDC. So this is directly from them. All right. So I think I'm the first one in the group then, I guess. This is the Orion Cetus. It's a USA design based manufactured in China. I like the box. Invest in your lifestyle. Nice little box. Kind of a nice little touch. All right. So what do we got here? Limited life warranty. You can take a look at that if you like. Very cool. You got silicate packet. Oh, got an extra clip. That's always nice. Very cool. I wonder. Yeah, it's a steel clip. I just want to make sure. All right. What do we got here? Oh, it looks like it is. Oh, yeah, it's a reversible clip. Very cool. So what's the difference here? Just an extra clip. Nice. Nice to have an extra clip. All right, so let's open this up. Now, this is a little bit of not quite my style because but I looked at it and it looked really kind of cool. It's a wooden inlay, which is not really in my cup of tea, but I thought it looked cool. Definitely looked cool. I mean, if you're gonna do wooden, I love that because it shimmers really nicely. It almost has a look of it like a cedar or something. I don't know what it is, but did it say on the thing here? Let me see. I'm gonna see. Did it say anything? No, that doesn't say on here. Is it on the back? No. Okay, I just want to make sure I didn't miss something. Not exactly sure what it is. Hopefully I'll have some details, but there's the Orion Knives. That's a good place for it. Interesting. Got a fuller here. I'm sure that's functional. Got a flipper. We'll have to see how that looks. Everything's nicely rounded. That's really cool. Even the wood is rounded, which is nice. Deep pocket carry clip. Definitely deep. Now notice, this is reversible. So it's a lefty-righty. And it is a bolster frame lock. So the frame lock is like a bolster subframe lock. So it goes underneath here. I don't see a steel bar insert, but this is probably a steel liner. So let's double check that. Yep, it's a steel liner. So yeah, so it's a steel liner, so you don't need a steel bar insert. So that's probably, it's going to make this, we'll see what the cost is, but that's a big boy. Definitely. Okay, 14C28N. So it's a cost effective knife. And is this a hollow grind? Hold on a second. Yeah, that's a hollow grind. Wow. Okay, hollow grind. All right. Let's see here. We got a little cutaway relief on there. Let's see how that works. Do we clear the... All right, so I got to see where's the detent. There's the detent. You clear right there? Yeah, okay, so that's where we clear. So right there I'm cleared. All right. So the flipper... Okay, so the flipper is not quite as satisfying as the thumb hole because it's the leverage. Here's a pivot, right? So you're below it, and it doesn't allow you to have as much leverage as you might like to have, but it's done for aesthetics, so it fits right in here. And I get that. I get that. So you can still flipper it. I mean, if you light switch it pretty aggressively, it's a little better. But I got to tell you, I mean, that fuller is the best, right? You see that? And let's do lefty. Yeah, that's really nice. And it's really easy access. And let's do easily to do the fuller down the blade. That's the thumb hole. The fuller works really nice, so that's good. All right. And it's got some nice jimping. It's aggressive, but not overly aggressive, like it's going to destroy your thumb. You can definitely use it and leverage it. There's no choke up here. There's no trigger area you can put your finger. I would not recommend this, really. Unless you got super miniature fingers, like you got like sticks or just bones. I guess you could do that if you just got a bone finger. But I wouldn't recommend it. But for this, I've got large hands widthwise, medium lengthwise. So definitely have plenty of room. Extra large, double extra large for sure. Maybe even triple extra large for sure. Plenty of room. It's got kind of a rounded, contoured feel with everything rounded nicely, nothing sharp. So that's nice. You definitely get a good grip. You got a place where your hand can fall into, and you've got a little like stop guard here, so you're not going to slip and cut on this. This is definitely meant to be, sort of like I don't know what you want to call this. Is there a blade name for this on my chart? is it called a hawk? It's not a hawk bill, but it's sort of like a modified, I don't know what you want to call it. Is it a modified, maybe it's definitely a recurve. Well, it's not a recurve because this looks like, is it flat? Yeah, it is flat. So what, I mean, I guess it's a Warncliffe reverse Tonto? I don't know. I don't know what you want to call it. It's cool. It's a lot cooler in hand than it was in the picture. The picture was like, oh, okay. In hand, I'm like, okay, I get it. That's pretty cool. Well, I don't know the price on this, but 14C28, I gotta believe that it's gonna be a good budget knife. And I also gotta believe, I know there's some different inlays. I would probably not do wood. I would most likely do like a G10 or something if they have that, or carbon fiber. Let's look at these screws. These look like, are these T6s or T8s? That definitely looks like a T8. I just wanna check that out real quick. All right, so here's a T6. Let's see, are these T6s? Yeah, T6s. Okay, so let's see what the pivot screw is. All right, so here's a T8. You can see that, T8. I think that's what this is, a T8. Yeah, definitely T8 there. Okay, so it is a pivot. Looks like it's not a captive pivot, so you have screws in both, so it's nice to, this is where I recommend if you ever get any of the Skiff cage ceramic ball bearings, get the little finger screw that they have, this thing here. You can hold the knife like this in one hand and then have the screw over there that keeps that non-captive pivot from rotating. So you're gonna definitely need a second screwdriver to, if you take this apart and clean it or what have you. The action's not bad. I mean, I'm not gonna put anything, any oil, do anything to it. Yeah, it looks pretty centered. It's off a little bit to the left. Let's see. It's a little loose. Okay, so maybe it's off center because it's a little bit loose. So I can tighten it. That's okay to do because we don't want the knife to get damaged because it's loose. So I'll go ahead and do just a slight tightening. Let's see. Does that do it? All right. Yeah, I didn't really quite fix it, so I'm not going to do it and mess with this, but you definitely could center that. There's really easy little tricks to do with a budget knife. You know, sometimes that's expected, especially if you save quite a bit. So not bad, right? Very cool. It's a pretty big blade. I mean, we're looking at a 3.5 inch, you know, total length of this knife is right at 8 inches. So it's not a small knife. It's definitely not a subcompact one. The flipper does work. It's just not as satisfying, right? I mean, I can get a little more flipper if I really do an aggressive light switch. The aggressive light switch works well on this, right? It's much better as a light switch. I would not recommend the push button. Push button, you can almost fail it, but the light switch will get you there. But it's, you know, you would definitely want either a stronger D10 if you can do that. But with that, it works pretty well. Definitely not a front flipper. Very interesting little kind of area up here. Kind of gives it that unique personality, I think. And that's definitely very interesting. All right, so I guess that's their design right there, their design logo. It looks like barbed wire. So very cool. All right, minimal stuff on the blade, which is what I prefer. You know, even the 14C28, very minimal. You do have your name right here. I mean, I don't know. I think something like that would be better on the here, or if you could get a pivot, would be a little nicer. The only problem with that is just it's very large. But, you know, some people like to see the name on there. So there you go. It's not bad. You know, I'm just saying my preference, right? Everyone has a different preference, but if I had a say in it, I would have tried to go for a pivot or something a little more discreet, maybe a little smaller, and maybe edged, or just even smaller. I think it would pop a little bit more. It'd look a little more, I don't know. To me, that would just give it a little, you know, that little extra look to it. Just me. But so there you go. That's not bad. Everything's nice and rounded. Let's look at that lockup. We are at, we're really good lockup. We're at almost 80%. So no blade rock. Yeah, you're definitely locked in there really, really good. So, you know, this particular one, this blade is, you don't want to go too much further, right? Let's see, what's the tang on there? I'm trying to look at the angle. Yeah, it's a pretty good tang on that blade. So, you know, I mean, I think this is a prototype. I'm not sure, but that's a very aggressive lockup. So, you know, it's in there solid. It's not loose. So that's definitely a good thing. I will say that. Comfortable. I like the fact that it's rounded in the back. The hollow grind is just phenomenal. I love that. I love that. The edge is pretty even on both sides. A little shorter there and a little wider there, but that's all right. Round it just a little on that side on the tip. Yeah, on that side they round it just a hair. I mean, for a budget knife, you know, those are things that you can reprofile your edge. And it is stonewashed, so you can see that, which is great for use. You won't get a lot of scratching on there. So that's really nice. That's something to think about. That's enjoyable and beneficial. The wood is very interesting. It does have a kind of a reflective property to it. I think in the sun it would look really nice. Let me see if you can see anything with a flashlight. Can we see anything with a flashlight? Does it reflect really nicely with the flashlight? Yeah, I don't really see it. So I'm assuming in the sun it might reflect a little better. I'm sure that'll patina up with oils and stuff as you use this knife. The clip is pretty nice. Now it's a little thin. It is a little thin. I'm not sure if I dig that. That's going to be real tight on your clothes. It's going to be having it out here like that just to get on jeans. Wish that was a little bit thicker, had a little more room, a little more clearance in there. That might be an issue with a thin pair of pants or thin jeans. They'll be fine, but heavy duty, thicker winter stuff, that's going to be maybe a problem. But there you go. All right, so this is the Orion, and it's called the Cetus. And this is the 03 SWWD. All right, Orion Knives Cetus. Not bad at all. I'm digging it. I mean, 14C28, it's like definitely going to be somewhat, I think, in the budget area. I wouldn't expect this to be, you know, I expect this to be around 100 or less. That's what I would expect it. The steel liners and wood and all that stuff, yeah, I would probably expect this maybe more in that $70, maybe $50 range, $50 to $70. I wouldn't expect it much more than that. That's just my impression. I could be wrong. Could be absolutely wrong, but we'll see. Definitely a very cool knife. I'll have to do a full review and give you my thoughts on it, but first impression, this is an unboxing first impression only, is not bad. And remember, you got to do that light switch. It's got to be aggressive for the flipper. This flipper is, I think it's either the D10 is kind of light or it's just the flipper, the leverage is a little low here, but it's meant to fit in with this, and that's the design. You can see that they fit right in there, so, and that's fine. So, but man, the fuller is great. That works really nice, or the thumb hole, and then the fuller works really nice as well. All the way down, you can flip it all the way down low, so that's nice, and both sides, right? It's really easy, and that's always enjoyable. So, and there's some lock cutaway here. I mean, it's not a ton of cutaway, but it's definitely has some cutaway. Is this, wait a second. Okay, so this is titanium, and this is steel. All right, so this part here is titanium, and then this is steel, and so that way they didn't have to worry about a steel bar insert. That definitely a cost savings for sure. And you don't have a captive pivot, that'll be a cost savings as well. So there's lots of little things that you can do cost savings, and they've definitely employed that. So it probably might be a very good price on this knife. Might even be maybe closer to 50, if not lower than 50. I'm guessing here now. I'm guessing because some of the things they've done, but it is titanium. That does sometimes add a little bit. So we'll have to see what it is. But very cool, very neat little experience. I'll have to try it out, carry it a little bit, see if my thoughts stay the same or what have you, and we'll come back to it with a impressions review. Not a hard use. This is just a pass around. I don't get to do anything to it. It's not my knife. I'm not going to abuse it or anything. I'll just handle it, get a little feel for it, and see what I think about this. But let me give you a nice close-up look at this. The hollow grind right there. And there's the wooden handle with the wooden inlay or wooden scale. Here it is in the back with the deep pocket carry clip, and the hollow grind with the nice fuller hole or a thumb hole with a fuller line, right? And you can see the liner lock right there. We can see the back of it with the jimping and the I'm not sure if that's not steel. I don't know if that's copper or if that's titanium. I don't know if that's anodized copper or if that's steel. I really don't know. It could be steel. So I don't know. We'll have to take a look and figure that out. But very, very cool. And so this is the knife right here. Well, if you guys have any questions about this unboxing, any questions about the review, anything you'd like to see or ask me about, please let me know in the comments down below. I do try to check out all those comments and answer your questions. Hey, if you found this unboxing and first impressions fun, interesting, worthwhile, entertaining, or informative, would you please consider hitting the like button down below? If you've already hit that like button, would you please consider hitting the subscribe button? Subscribing and liking the videos really helps out the channel, really helps me produce more content, do more things, and ultimately more things for you guys. So thank you very much. If you've done all that, maybe consider hitting the notification button so you can be notified of future content. And if you've done all that, if you wouldn't mind, maybe check me out over on Instagram at robs_nerdy_knives. Again, that's on Instagram at robs_nerdy_knives. Thanks so much for watching today. Have a great day and a great week. Bye.